In this nugget, we will look at vocabulary to use when describing setting. When writing a description of setting, here are a few things you can consider. Where is the story set? What can you, the narrator, or a character see? What are some of the sounds and smells? What are the colours, for example, the colours in the sky? What is the weather like? You don't need to include all of these things, but the more you can include, the more detailed your description will be. Let's first read this example description of setting. I found myself on a deserted hillside, far from any house or sign of human life. In the distance, the mountains appeared charcoal under the slate sky. I was surrounded by a deep pine forest, and the clouds hung oppressively low, as if the earth were closing in on me. The rain lashed down in icy sheets against my face, and the biting wind was quick to take advantage of my skin's raw vulnerability. I pulled my hood down lower and braced myself against the drumming of the rain. Over the mossy mounds and muddy holes I trampled on, breathing in the smell of damp earth. Now we've read the extract, let's see if we can spot where each of these things is described, starting at the top of the list, with where the story is set. The place in this story is a deserted hillside. The narrator can see in the distance mountains. Closer to the narrator, they can see a deep pine forest. The narrator can hear the drumming of the rain and can smell the damp earth. The colours used to describe the sky are charcoal, which is a dark grey or black colour, and slate, which is a grey colour. The description of the weather is very important in this piece of writing. It is what creates the atmosphere. The weather is grey and miserable. Here is another example. Let's read the description together and see if you can spot the description of each of the categories we've gone through already. We had been saving up for a year to go on this holiday. On our first day in this tropical paradise, we headed down to our private beach. On this long stretch of golden sand, the only objects to be seen were two deck chairs underneath a dried grass parasol. Ah, this was heaven. Lying there, all you could hear was the soft rippling sound of the tide's ebb and flow. The salty, humid air settled on our skin in tiny droplets. Not a breath of wind disturbed this Caribbean paradise, and we were soon in a hazy sleep beneath the gilded sun. Let's now look at how it describes the setting in more detail. First, the place. It is a tropical beach. What the narrator can see. While they describe how they can see nothing but sand and two deck chairs, it is clearly quite a peaceful, empty place. The colours used in this description are that of gold, the golden sand and the gilded or golden sun. The colours in this description emphasise the sunny atmosphere. The smells are of the salty seawater and the salt in the humid air. The sounds in the description are that of the soft tide ebbing and flowing, again reinforcing the idea that this is a calm, peaceful place. The weather is humid. There is not a breath of wind. So to summarise, if you are asked to describe a setting, or you are describing a setting as part of a wider story, these are the things you can consider including.